We are all excited to meet you. Thank you so much. So first thing I want you to do is just tell me your name, your sport, and then tell me what is one of your dreams for after graduation. All right, who's up? Tia, you're up first.
Okay. Well, I'm Tiarre Sales. I'm on the women's gymnastics team, and I'm currently majoring in communication studies. I might switch my major to business marketing and education, but my dreams for after graduation would be to probably move to California and find like a position in marketing.
Nice, nice. I love it. A little surfing. Do a little surfing.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Bayley, you're up.
Hi, my name is Bayley McMenimen, and I'm on the volleyball team. I am dual majoring in international business and accounting, and my dream for after graduation is probably to go to law school in Europe.
Whoa. All right. I played 6 years in Europe. I've been to Spain, Israel, and Greece. So there's a lot of people over in Europe. So when you make that trip, you let me know. And Julia, talk to us.
All right, I'm Julia Hayes. I am a junior on the track team. I am majoring in health service management. My dream after graduation, I hope to get a job in healthcare administration or public health, and then just kind of be a force for change within healthcare, working with racial and minority inequality.
I love it. I love it. So we're here to talk about women investing in leadership. And all of you have had multiple years. Let's go back to the first session that you have until now. What has been the biggest change from the first time you stepped into a wheel to now?
I'd say the biggest change from my first wheel session to now, well, I started my freshman year, so that was pretty intimidating. I think just being around all these women that are in like professions that I've never even heard of and companies that are super big like Schwann's is really intimidating at first. But now being a junior and going into my third year of Will, I think I've gotten a lot better at networking and being more comfortable with talking to the mentors and also like the people in my small group. So I think my communication has grown and confidence in just being myself and like meeting people in those positions.
That is awesome. Bayley?
Actually the volleyball team just joined like the Will roster this year.
Okay.
So
all right. Well, welcome.
It's so I mean obviously the entire team is honored and very lucky to be a part of like such a group of women who are so accomplished. And I think the biggest change, because honestly I've only really started attending Will sessions since the beginning of this fall semester, so it was I feel like it was a little less intimidating, but I still kind of like didn't know what I was getting into. But I'd say the biggest change was just being more comfortable, especially like opening up and being more vulnerable about like certain situations that we were put in. And, especially like since we're all in such different sports, we kind of like found common ground across our different, our paths. And I think that was really cool. So I think that made us to be like a little bit more comfortable with each other. And I think in terms of like a personal change, I just generally felt like I was, learning a lot more about like myself and other people.
Awesome. Julia?
Yeah, kind of going off of what T said, it was very awkward at the beginning, freshman year coming in, still kind of figuring out how college worked. I felt like the first couple sessions I didn't know how to carry myself in a professional setting with all of these people who are working in like professional roles. But as the years have gone by and last year obviously it got cut a little short, but I feel like coming into this year, I felt comfortable talking and networking in that environment in a professional setting, and kind of like being able to be confident with myself and having those conversations. In the last session, we talked about accountability and being able to like open up about what that looks like in our lives. I think it's been cool to see how the sessions have kind of grown with us. where freshman year we kind of talked about like values and what's important personally, and now we've kind of moved on to like leadership and what that looks like as a whole and as a team within our community.
That's awesome. This has been like a powerful program from the start. Give me one thing you think is the best thing about Will when you see it pop up on your calendar.
I would say the best part of Will is honestly the networking part of it, just because even most of the mentors, some of them are from the U of M, or they were D1 athletes, or they were athletes in college in general, or they were just went through college and they just want to be mentors for us. I think that part of networking is really cool, just because we get to meet so many different people in so many different positions, and everybody had a different experience in their work life, in their professional life, and their college life. So I think the fact that we can all come together and like share our experiences and, like Bailey said, be vulnerable with each other is like the best part to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with definitely what both of these ladies said. I think another great thing, aside from the networking and making connections in the community and not just with other athletes, is the skills that we're taking with us about everything from like empathy to accountability. I think those are skills that I've now kind of started adapting into my day-to-day life, and I think those are all really important.
That is awesome. You talked about networking. That word we've heard it multiple times in this interview. How does it feel, and tell the letter winners and the alumni that are watching why it's important for them to come back and be mentors and to be able to say, I played and I performed at the highest level at the university as a Gopher. Talk to the camera as if you're talking to your alumni in soccer, volleyball, and track, saying, you need to be a part of Will because of.
I would say that you would need to be a part of Will, because I think just seeing somebody that went through what you went through in college, flourishing and thriving in the professional world when you're like a young adult and you don't really know what you want to do yet, and you're just kind of looking for someone to guide you, it's really beneficial to us to have someone tell us that like it's going to be okay, and like I went through this too, and that you're going to get there, and like here's the skill sets that you need, here's the tools, like I'm helping you get there, like you need to put in the work, and I did it myself. So like
That's awesome. That's awesome. Bailey?
Yeah, I'd say to the letter winners, I agree with what Tiarre said, and I really think that the guidance and the holding our hand kind of a little bit throughout the experience, especially considering how difficult it is to be a student athlete. I think it's really important to be involved in the Will program, not only for us as student athletes, but us as women as well. And the fact that we need somebody to, like Tiarre said, to know what we've been through and kind of lead us to where we want to go with our goals is really important.
That is awesome. Julia?
Yeah. So again, I think that you, the letter winner, kind of building off of what both of them said, it's just showing us that we're more than athletes, that there's so many opportunities outside of athletics or after college. Many of the letter winners were probably leaders on their team and had a lot of role models when they were athletes. And I think that they have the ability to impact so many young athletes, so many up and coming young professionals. And I think that's important to get involved with that.
That is so awesome. And I just want to say, from the M Club, there's 7,000 living M Club members. Thank you so much for taking time to do this interview with me. But also, I love to say this one thing, is that I love to say just thank you for being Gophers, because I know all of you got recruited. And if you can play at this level, that means you could have played at a ton more colleges. And I am so grateful that you chose our colors. And thank you, and go Gophers, and Sky Yuma.